Hi guys, Preston Odenbredt here again. Just wanted to do my day 26 of the 90-day video challenge. And yes, it's the same day. For those who don't know, I did not get a chance to do videos for 4 days in a row. And I did one, and then I have to make up for another one, and they'll catch me up for tomorrow if I do one, or if I do two more today. Yeah, two more today would basically catch me up. But I was out of town. Monday, I actually, before the holiday of July 4th, I went to my father-in-law's little, it's like a retreat center for the church, and we basically just spent the time there because it's the only time that they have. Mondays are basically a day off, but otherwise Tuesday through Saturday, and of course Sunday, they're busy with a lot of different projects and stuff. So when we get an opportunity for one day, we go, and we did. We left Sunday afternoon, which I didn't do a video on. Monday, I didn't do a video on. There was no internet, so there's no way I could do a video. However, I could probably have recorded it and then be able to upload it when I first got back. But that was late night on Monday night. And then, of course, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I never did anything because I was catching up because it was a short week. And then my phone went out, and I had challenge after challenge. So here I am the same day. If you notice, it's the same shirt. I haven't worn it for 4 days. So anyways, back to my story. The other product or service that we came out with was, of course, if you listen to day 25, was doing websites for clients. And we would charge, I think it was like still pretty high. It was like $60 a month for hosting. But we did a lot with that service. It wasn't just, oh, here's your hosting and blah, blah, blah. We actually would do updates to their website I think it was every month. And if they wanted to do it once a week or twice a week, we'd charge extra for it. And it went really well. A lot of things were going on. We had a couple of new reps come in, and I was obviously training them and showing them what we need to do to get expansion. And maybe they wanted to hit a certain industry instead of going all over the city. For me, it was great because I love talking to people. So handing out my business card, letting people know what we do, and then being able to talk to the owner one-on-one and developing that relationship, I just loved it. I thrived on it. Every single day was new, and some people didn't like me. They said, get out of here, and I went, okay, no problem, you're handled, thank you very much for your time, and shrugged it off and went to the next door. So I was kind of one of those hardcore guys that basically just wouldn't stop. They just go from door to door to door to door to door because it's a numbers game. You know that a lot of people are going to want to do something with you as long as you have some value, and that's what I did. So I have a collection. I mean, if I look at my whole entire database, if I get all the stuff from storage and everything else for the last 20 plus years, I probably have close to, I would say, 50,000 businesses that I know in one way, shape, or form that I stopped by, or even when I went to networking meetings. So anyways, we started that program, and it went really well. I had a lot of people involved with it, got a couple of sales reps under the belt. Then the owner decided to do something else, and he then approached me and he said, hey, you know I'm doing this thing for business owners, helping them get a credit card. And I'm like, yeah, well, I don't really want to do anything like that. It just seems like just not something I'm really interested in. I said I want to help business owners, but the credit card stuff I'm not interested in. And what happened is eventually he just grew, and he grew and grew, and he had people downstairs that were making a lot of money. And he said, Preston, you can make more money doing that than you are selling websites on this business. And he said, you could do both. You could do this during the day, and then the afternoon or evening you could do that, and you'd have enough time to go home at about 8 o'clock with your family. And I'm like, man, I don't know. I know some telemarketing. I've done some telemarketing before. I just don't know. And he said, well, just give it a shot. So I did, and I liked it. It was fun. It was great to talk to people all over the nation. He got into that what was that guy's name? That kid's name, Dupre or something like that, Dupois or whatever, that talked about classifieds, and he would put classifieds all over the nation actually under business help or whatever, and people would send him money all the time, and basically you would give them a package, and then that package would tell people exactly what you need to do to get a credit card, and people loved it. But then eventually, as I was working there on a part-time basis, I noticed that people were complaining, and I'm like, okay, this doesn't seem right. And I noticed people were not getting what they paid for, and I was like, okay, this is not good. And then he approached me and he said, hey, why don't we partner together? He says, you see how much money I'm making? And he was making a killing, guys. I mean, I've never seen so much money coming through in a week's time. And he would buy his Mercedes Benz, and he would buy his sweet suits, and he would take me out to these lunches at these major places in the Twin Cities that I would never expect to afford. $100 a plate? I mean, come on. So I was a little nervous, to say the least, and I said, I like what you're doing, I like the money you're making, but there's something about this I don't know. And I said, I need to talk to my wife, I need to pray about it and stuff like that. Well, I went home and we prayed about it, and my wife just said, no, get out, get out. There's something that I don't like about this. And you've had years with this guy and did very well, but get out. Just move it. And I listened to my wife, and it was hard. It was really hard because I knew this guy and I knew he was honest. Um, but I got out, and I told all my clients, I said, look, next week I'm going to be out. I might start my own business. I don't know yet, but please keep in contact with me. And a week later, I actually came in there because I forgot something, or I didn't clean out my desk at that time. I said, I'll come over the next week. Well, that week, he basically, before I went upstairs, he said, hey, wait, come here. And I went, what? He says, don't go there. I said, why? He says, because they're investigating me for fraud. I went, what? And he was alleged to do fraud and all this other stuff, so I'm glad I didn't partner with him. He did get sent to jail, and obviously I was not part of it, so because I wasn't. I was just basically working with him on his other business, which was very legit, and we really had a lot of great clients there. But I had to leave. I mean, it was just not a good situation. So that's my story, and because of that, I was out of a job and saying, okay, now what do I do? So I'll tell you that next time. Have a great day. Oh, tomorrow, because I've already did this, I have a special guest coming in. His name is Chip Thompson. I met him actually on Google Plus through the Christians in Business group that formed about a year and a half ago. Well, almost 2 years ago now, this December. And we really hit it off. We got to know each other, talked to each other on the phone, and we had an interview tomorrow that talks a little bit about him, mostly about him. And I actually didn't change the camera, so most of the information is about his face and his logo and his website. But that's okay. He's a great friend, and hopefully we'll be working together. I think I mentioned this in the previous one, but maybe that was the one that you could hear anything that I might still keep up here. I'm not sure. But anyways, he had some really good stories. We were talking back and forth, and what was supposed to be a half hour, I think, turned to about 45 minutes. But we think we're going to collaborate together. We think that there's some good synergies. He's in marketing, I'm in marketing and sales, and we think, and I like it because he has a story to tell, and he really wants to get out of his family's business. He's in the construction business, but he really wants to do more in marketing. And he has a lot of good things that he's done for clients, and he just doesn't have the time to do it. And so he created this hashtag called 107 days, where he wants to get out, and he's going to get out in 107 days. So every single one of the things that he does now is 107. And actually, I guess I inspired him by doing these videos. Then he did a podcast, and I think he's doing video now too. So we're moving in together into the video world, and I think we could probably be pretty good hosts for maybe a hangout someday. So watch for it. Be ready. It could be cool. But anyways, so with that said, I appreciate your time. I said it again. thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know. Want to pass it on to your friends or family, you're definitely welcome to. Want to learn more about me and what I'm doing today, because I've had a career, please go to PrestonOdenbrett.com. Easy to remember. It's hard to remember, even harder to forget. PrestonOdenbrett.com. Appreciate your time. Have a fantastic day. God bless.